In this video, we are going to take a look at some of the stupidly expensive things owned by Metallica drummer Lars Ulrich. From his jaw-dropping $12 million mansion to his prized art collection worth several $1,000,000, we'll explore all of the extravagant items in his possession. But how did he acquire such wealth? But before we get started, go hit that subscribe button now for more videos about your favorite rock and metal bands. Well, for starters, Metallica is the most financially successful metal band on the planet. Having sold a staggering 19 million concert tickets throughout their career, Metallica is the 9th highest grossing live music artist of all time, having earned a whopping $1.2 billion in gross income from their various tours. In addition to this, they have achieved immense success and critical acclaim, selling over 125 million albums worldwide and winning 9 Grammy Awards. Their 1991 album, The Black Album, alone has sold 16 million copies, making it one of the best-selling albums in history. These tremendous financial successes can be partly attributed to Lars Ulrich's leadership as co-founder and drummer for Metallica since 1981, remaining one of the most highly celebrated yet polarizing drummers in heavy metal today. Lars was born on December 26, 1963 in Denmark. In 1973, his father, pro tennis player Torben Ulrich, obtained passes for 5 of his friends to a Deep Purple concert held in the same Copenhagen stadium as one of his tennis tournaments. When one of the friends couldn't go, they gave their ticket to a 9-year-old Lars Ulrich, who was mesmerized by the performance. He even purchased Deep Purple's album Fireball the very next day. This concert and album had a considerable impact on Lars, inspiring the start of his music career. Though he originally planned on playing tennis just like his dad did, his aptitude for the drums ultimately made Lars decide to stick with music, despite being ranked as one of the top 10 tennis players in his age group in Denmark. Then in 1980, Lars moved to Newport Beach, California, and in 1981, he placed an advertisement in a Los Angeles newspaper, which read, "Drummer looking for other metal musicians to jam with." When James Hetfield replied to the ad, Metallica was officially formed, and Ulrich secured a spot on a Metal Blade compilation album of local bands titled Metal Massacre. Metallica then recorded their first original song for the compilation, called Hit the Lights, and generated a lot of word-of-mouth buzz, and the rest, as they say, is history. Lars Ulrich would take a bold, albeit controversial step in April of 2000 by leading the case against the file-sharing service Napster, in which Metallica and several other musicians filed lawsuits against the service for sharing their copyright-protected material without their consent. The lawsuit ultimately resulted in Napster being shut down, but its repercussions were felt far beyond its initial decision. It changed the public's perception of Metallica and negatively impacted the rocker's image, with Ulrich even being booed off stage at that year's MTV Video Music Awards. Today, Ulrich continues to inspire generations of metal fans around the world, both through his incredible musicianship within Metallica as well as his philanthropic endeavors outside of music, including charity work with numerous organizations such as Amnesty International, Live Earth, and even launching the band's All Within My Hands charity foundation. As far as Ulrich's home life goes, Lars has been married 3 times, with his first marriage being to Debbie Jones in 1988, which ended in divorce in 1990 while Ulrich was recording The Black Album. He married again in 1997 to Skylar Satinstein, an emergency medical physician, and the couple had 2 sons before they divorced in 2004. Following his second divorce, Ulrich dated Connie Nielsen, a Danish actress, from 2004 to 2012, during which time they had 1 child together. Then in 2015, Ulrich married Jessica Miller, an American fashion model with whom he is still with. So with all of that in mind, join me as we uncover the insane wealth of one of metal music's most iconic figures. Let's start out by talking about Ulrich's most recent home, a scenic Bay Area mansion worth over $12 million. Located in Tiburon, California, just outside of San Francisco, this 13,000 square foot mansion on the Tiburon Peninsula was purchased by Ulrich in 1993, only 2 years after Metallica released the Black Album. The compound comprises of 3 separate parcels spanning more than 2 acres. The home's main 20,000 square foot lot is protected by 2 other buildable lots Ulrich also bought in order to secure his privacy. Talk about a power move. The property is hailed as the grandest panoramic view estate in the area and looms over Tiburon's highest peak. Boasting a staggering 25 rooms in total, this mansion features 6 bedrooms, 5 fireplaces, a library, and of course, a home recording studio. If that weren't enough, it also has a basketball court, a 6-person sauna, a media room, a pool, a hot tub, and scores of storage space. There's even a massive aquarium full of tropical fish hovering over the master bathtub. Ulrich's palatial estate truly is a dream home fit for metal's most successful drummer. Additionally, according to CelebrityNetWorth.com, Lars reportedly owns 56 hectares of undeveloped land in Marin County that he listed for sale in 2015 for a whopping $39 million. Lars Ulrich may be a heavy metal drummer by trade, but he's also a noted collector of fine art. He began visiting art galleries and museums in cities where Metallica played, and the success of his band has given him free rein to indulge in his expensive hobby. Ulrich has even managed to obtain some of the most sought-after paintings in the industry, with a spokeswoman for Metallica saying, quote, "He is quite an intense collector. He gets very caught up in it all, sometimes flying in and out of London in a day to see something at Christie's auction house." Ulrich's highly profitable sale of his art collection in 2002 was captured on film for Metallica's documentary, Some Kind of Monster. Fellow Metallica members James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett hated this footage, with Hetfield calling the scene a downright embarrassment and even demanding it be removed from the film. Ulrich, however, insisted on its inclusion, saying that his passion for art was an essential aspect of his personality, and that if you're going to paint a portrait of the people in Metallica, that has to play a role, because that's who I am. In the documentary, fans watch as Ulrich nervously listens to the bids on various pieces in his art collection. This includes a piece by famed graffiti artist Jean-Michel Basquiat named Prophet 1 for over $5 million, which set a new record for the price of Basquiat's painting at the time. By the end of the night, the sale of Ulrich's combined collection earned the drummer a whopping $13.4 million US. He later made yet another monumental sale through Christie's auction house, having placed the Basquiat painting Untitled Boxer up for auction in 2008. Ulrich would say, "As a collector, I view myself as a caretaker of works of art, rather than simply an owner. I've been fortunate enough to have shared 10 great years with this truly iconic painting by Basquiat, and it's time to put it back into circulation and let someone else enjoy it as much as I have over the last decade." Untitled Boxer was estimated to sell for up to $16 million. The painting ultimately sold for $12 million due to the effects of the 2008 recession that impacted the global economy at the time. Head of Christie's auction house Brett Gorvey would say, "Lars has been an incredible collector, passionate and intelligent in his approach, often pursuing specific works for several years before he made a purchase." When asked what relation collecting art has to his playing in Metallica, Ulrich would say, "I'm fascinated by a creative moment, trying to guard the moment from contrived infiltration. So most of what we've been trying to do musically has been to be faithful to what comes to you in the moment. Those are the same basics I find myself connecting to in specific painters, or in outsider art by guys that are institutionalized. The same thread runs through it." Though Lars Ulrich is the richest Metallica member, it's lead singer James Hetfield who boasts the most impressive collection of assets. From world-famous mega mansions to one of the finest collections of hand-built custom cars in the world, Hetfield certainly seems to have it all. To watch our video about all of the stupidly expensive things that James Hetfield owns, click here now.